Hello again, so I'm from the Peace Park here. I tried to get in last time when there was a guard. Now there's no guard. And it was not possible. When there's no guard, it's not possible at all. It's just the gate is then closed. I'm not sure when it gets open, but I wanted to show a little bit about, or talk a little bit about the things that I like in Ukraine. Here's, for example, well, this is an authentication problem, but it is free Wi-Fi of the Park Mira, the Peace Park. So the phone that I'm recording with actually is connected properly to the Peace Park Wi-Fi. The other park that I was in recently is the Kremenchuk Park, and I only saw Wi-Fi in a small section and it didn't work, so I don't know what's going on. But in any case, in 2013 all the big parks here in Kremenchuk already had Wi-Fi, and that was very interesting. It's very different from the Netherlands, where you almost had no public Wi-Fi. Airport Schiphol, which you might consider a public place because it's state owned, did not have free Wi-Fi, 15 minutes perhaps or so, and then you had to pay. 15 minutes is just not enough. Well, that's stupid because Schiphol is a very expensive airport for the airlines, so they can't afford something simple like adding Wi-Fi. At the time, Boryspil, the airport near Kiev, it's not actually in Kiev, it's near the town city of Boryspil, about 40 kilometers from Kiev, had free Wi-Fi. So I thought, yeah, okay, why can they afford it in Ukraine and not in the Netherlands? Another interesting thing was, I couldn't show it, otherwise I would have made a video, but they don't seem to work anymore. It was a lit up fountain with lights and music, with the fountain going up and down in tune with the music. It was very interesting. Hadn't seen that at the time in the Netherlands. Might have been somewhere, but it was in several places already in Ukraine. So I thought, yes, some things in Ukraine are ahead, which is weird. The Wi-Fi is possibly to do with digital services, because a lot of people are into that. I mean, for work, a lot of people are in programming, and yeah, it doesn't require much in material resources. Cost is low, so promoting digital stuff, programming in this country would be good for their economy, and I think that's correct. Here you have a nice view of the park, of the Peace Park, of the military vehicle section, but also a little bit of the city and how green it is in Ukraine in general. This is what I noticed first time I came to Ukraine with the airport, with the airplane. Going to the airport, all I could see was trees. There's only a small section that's cut out for the city and other things. When you walk around in the city, it doesn't look like that, but from the air, it's if you're almost landing in a forest. And it's quite different in the Netherlands, Schiphol Airport. There, when you land, you see everything is grey, buildings, and there's just a few trees here and there, or a bit more than a few trees, but compared to Ukraine, it's absolutely nothing. So I think those buildings are too high. I think 5 stories should be the maximum. Then they never get above the trees. That is nice, because then you never see any of these stupid apartment buildings. Sometimes apartment buildings look okay, but it's nicer to look at green. Yeah, so this is MiG-23, some tanks, some rocket launcher, one of those that fires a whole bunch at the same time from World War II. It's interesting. So free Wi-Fi, so things like the fountains with music, but also I found it very interesting. Here, yeah, it was here in Kremenchuk, but also in Poltava the next year, that I saw electric bicycles, and yeah, relatively high number. I mean, in the Netherlands I didn't see any at the time. Normal bicycles, yes, you saw a lot, but electric, no. That's different now. Just about anyone rides bicycles, electric bicycles these days. Even children, a lot of children going to school, which is ridiculous. They should just use a normal bicycle. It's good for them. Unless it's very long distances, but yeah. Nice park, nice view. So good things about Ukraine. I mentioned a few. I like the parks in general in Ukraine. A lot more green in Ukraine than in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, often you have trees with roads with trees besides them. There's one tree, one tree, one tree, and the other side also one. In Ukraine, half a forest, half a forest. Very different. It's nice and warm, but not so hot as previous days or previous week. Especially on a bike trip, it was really hot, 35 plus usually, which was nice. I like it. This is probably better actually for bicycling, but I like it when it's hotter. It's now about 27 or so.